to C9 Case of the Mondays. We are really going to focus in on just some short videos about things that our teachers are doing and using in their classrooms that are really innovative or something that's increasing student engagement. And one of my favorite tools is Kahoot. So when I found out that Brian was using it, one of our new teachers in the culinary program, I was like, get in here and let's talk about it. So we're just going to spend some time discussing Kahoot and how he uses it for student engagement. We'll do this once or twice a month. We'll call it Case of the Mondays, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. So first off, Brian, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. And tell us a little bit about how you use Kahoot in the classroom and some things that it's allowed you to do as a teacher.
So, one thing it's allowed me to do is have fun with the students and also allow them to be a little competitive against each other. So I seem to like that a lot. But the other reason why I use it, it's a great way to just review. Right. A lot of times we'll do it actually the day before we'll do a test. I'll either make a Kahoot or use one that's online and we'll play, and it's a great way as a review tool.
Right, and the engagement is off the charts because, like Brian said, this is one of those tools that will get kids engaged. Now, you let the kids use their cell phones, correct? So talk a little bit about how that works.
Either cell phone or Chromebook. Both of them are perfectly fine. Cell phone usually is easier because they've got it right there.
Yeah, and they don't need an app to do it. They can just sign right in through.
There is an app, but most of them you can just sign right on the website.
Yeah, cool. So we've got a number of people that use Kahoot in the building, but for those that don't, it is a student engagement tool. Like Brian said, it's one of those tools that will allow kids to be competitive with each other. I almost think of this as like the old game time buzzer. What would they call it? Like buzzer time from like Buffalo Wild Wings. You'd like go there and like, can I have one of the devices, and then you play the game and you compete against other people, and as you answer, you can have time limit and things. So Kahoot is a really cool tool for that, and kids love it, right? Is your response?
They love it. Like I said, it's competitive. Most of the kids love playing it.
Right, it's awesome. So we'll take a few minutes here just to kind of show you Brian's Kahoots and how he sets them up and maybe some best practices for you. So it's just Kahoot.com. So you see there's at the top, Kahoot.com. And then you will use what's awesome about a lot of these educational technology tools is that you can use single sign-on through Google. So you don't need a separate password, don't need a separate account. You can log in right through Google. So use your C9 account to do that. Once you do that and you're in, you will load up kind of the discovery page. And there are a number, right, Brian? There's a number of Kahoots already created.
There's tons. And it could be anything related to your subject. For me, culinary, there's ones that are related to baseball or, construction, or there's a lot.
Right, that's awesome. So if you want to save time, you can do that. Now, also, you can create your own. So Brian has created a couple here. He's created a breakfast one and a dairy one. You can see 20 questions, 15 questions. So are those preset, or can you pretty much have whatever you'd like there?
It's totally up to you on how many questions. I've seen ones where there are 50 questions.
Okay.
I would probably say that's a little too many.
Right.
But 20 or 15 is probably a good amount, to keep them engaged,
right,
in the classroom.
And to create a Kahoot, it's really easy. A Kahoot is fun to say. If you say it enough, though, you'll get tongue-tied, right? So up at the top right-hand side, you'll see the big white Create button. And when you click that, it will allow you to start creating the Kahoot. You can create a quiz or a jumble or some discussion and survey. You'll have a chance to see some of your stats here. And creating those quizzes are pretty simple, right, Brian?
Yeah, they're very, very simple.
Yeah, it looks
I would say anybody could do it. You can have pictures with the questions or just like a cover picture as well.
Awesome. And if you guys want more help over Kahoot and how to set one up or how to try it, please reach out to me. Brian has agreed to, if you'd want to kind of come in and see how he facilitates it, we'd be more than happy to walk you through step by step. And obviously, I will help you and coach you on how to use it with your kids in the classroom. So maybe a little nervous about them using their cell phones. But Brian, talk about specifically, and we'll end on this note, you using it for like the beginning of class and the end of class. Why do you believe that that's the best practice?
It can kind of break up some things that may be going on as a distraction. One thing that end of the class, you got 10 to 15 minutes, maybe you ran out of something to do. It can really kind of end that class period on a good note as a review note, making sure that whatever you talked about that day they know what they learned,
Yeah.
and they were actually listening.
And Brian and I talked earlier, but it actually stops them from all getting up 10 or 15 minutes early and having their stuff on and waiting by the door. And they have an activity right up into the bell, which is
last minute of engagement. You can kind of squeak in.
Amazing stuff. Brian, thanks for being here with me today. Exciting. Yeah.
Awesome.
The first case of the Mondays is in the books. We will be back with some more of these as time progresses. So guys, thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching.